not know why I'm doing this at 11:59 p.m. on a Sunday, but hey, this is how I work. Alright, so this video is going to go over the different things that you can do in Premiere and also the different techniques that we're going to be using to attract the viewers. At this stage, when you're in Premiere Pro, you should already have your video clips and whatnot. We're going to make everything more dank. Who uses that anymore? This is not how your normal Premiere Pro would look like. Mine is a different setup. So let me just quickly convert back to the default that people will see. This is what any normal Premiere Pro would look like when you first install it. You have your effects panel, your audio clip panel, whatever. Pretty common things. You can just read it. Importing media is the most important thing, obviously, when it comes to editing. This is where all your stuff will go. So all you have to do here is locate the location that you put your videos in. In this case, this would be our folder, and this would be my folder that I'm editing today. Just drag and drop it on the timeline. Boom. You're done. Thanks for watching. So let's go over the easiest tools first. First thing is the razor looking blade thing. Literally all it does is cut the videos. That's pretty self-explanatory. It's a razor and it cuts. Alright, so now we'll move on to the effects and what you can do to attract your viewers more. And I'll quickly throw that on the screen for anyone who's wondering what keyframing is. That right there, that zooming in stuff, that was all keyframing. Basically what keyframing is essentially animating your components when you're video editing. So for example, I'll show you how to quickly zoom in on Premiere Pro. All you have to do is cut out a section of your video, select that cutout part, and you press this clock thing on the scale where you want to start your zoom in, and then you go all the way to the part where you want to end your zoom in. In this case, I already cut it here, so the max I can go is right there, and you just crank that up. And once you play, so what I showed earlier was just a normal zoom in that you can do, but what you can also do is you can make an adjustment layer. You press a new item and you do adjustment layer, and whatever adjustments you make to that layer, it will also change the layer at the bottom. Search up the word transform and just drag it on top. You scroll down and then you change the parameters for its effects. Still not as smooth. What you need to do is you press this click right here, shutter angle, and then you crank that stuff all the way up. Normally I set it at 180 because you don't want too much motion blur. That's gonna kill your viewers. And then you select both keyframes and change the temporal interpolation to ease in, so it's, a bit more smoother. Alright, so we covered keyframing on videos. Now we're going to do keyframing on text. Again, super simple. You press the text, you click on the screen where you want the text to be, and then you type the gibberish that you want, and you just drag it on top of the location where you want your text to start moving. And by the end, you drag it to the part where you want it to end. So right here, we have a Teak. He moves his hand up to his to stroke his beard, and what you can do is set the position of the text to end right where his hand ended, right? But okay, that's a little slow. So what do you want to do? You want to add keyframes in between. This is where all the editing bullcrap, you have to sit here for 3 hours a day. So for each frame that your hand moves, you can position the text to your hand, and by the time you finish keyframing, you should have a buttload of diamonds that indicate the amount of times that you keyframed and moved the text. So now when you play the video, it should look like this. Last but not least, the most important thing, sound effects. So if you want to make your video a lot more engaging, you'll have to download a crap ton of sound effects to mix with the video. You can just go to YouTube, find a sound effect that you like, go to this page and insert any YouTube link that you want to convert it to an MP3 and just download it. Once you found your sound effects, all you have to do is import it into Premiere Pro and drag and drop it on top of the video. Now this is personally my favorite sound effect because for some reason it makes everything seem funny. Oh my god, I hate myself. Last thing I'm going to teach you is how to import green screens in the case that you ever want to use a green screen in your video. Again, import the file into Premiere Pro and go to the effects panel, search up the word Ultra Key, and drag it on top of your green screen video. Now go back to effect controls, just press this eyedropper thing and press on the video, and now the green part is all gone. At this point, resize the video into however large of the size that you want. Once you play the video, it'll sync up or the green part will be gone. Obviously, there are a lot of effects you can do in Premiere Pro, but these are the most basic effects that I can teach you right now. And if you have any more questions, feel free to ask me. I can help you anytime.